Welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast with your hosts, Kathy Brewer and Terry Huberman.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast. I'm Terry Huberman.
And I am your co-host, Kathy Groover, and we will start this episode the way we do every episode with an angel card, if I can get to the right page. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, this is what we all talk about every single episode, no matter what our topic is. Healing.
Okay. Healing.
Healing. Oh, the angel is hugging another angel with a little cast on his wing.
Oh,
It's
precious.
adorable. Let go of the woundedness that separates you from your wholeness and restore the balance of your true nature.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And we're talking about something similar but different. Before we got on the air, Terry and I were talking about promises and how there's so many advertisements on every social media thing for make you a 6-figure coach in 2 days and, get on 30 million stages in 1 hour and, lose all your belly fat and all your hair will grow back. And, there's all these very commercial kind of promises. And we're talking about coming from a place of integrity. And so we were going to talk about how to actually find something to work for you. And just if you're a practitioner, how to practice in integrity. And we kind of touched on that in a previous episode, but this one was pretty specific about advertising things and trying to get people into your
programs
your
world, community, all that stuff. I texted Kathy and I'm like, hey, I've got a rant. I've got a rant on like these coaches and the integrity and of them. And just recently, probably in the past month, I signed up. So in this world of coaching, you'll probably notice that there are different levels of financial opportunity with which you can work with somebody. It's all under their umbrella of like coaching or, belly fat or whatever it is. And so people will have what's called a low ticket offer where they're just trying to get you into their world. So you're paying like $27 or less, a mid ticket or a high ticket offer, which could be thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. And I personally wanted to work on some business stuff, get my business more in a structure, because I realized I was kind of flailing out there and it's reflecting in my reality that it's just flailing out there. So recently I did 2 low ticket offers where they were these 3-day events where they teach you how to do A, B, and C, whatever they're claiming. And they're claiming you'll get this and you'll get that and all of these things, right? And this is how you can tell whether you should be working with someone or not on a basic level of integrity. This is my personal opinion and my professional opinion. If they promise you a workbook and they don't give you a workbook, that is like a big deal because even though you only paid $27, they're gonna sell you. By the way, this particular one was a $32,000 1-year program. They couldn't even deliver a workbook. They didn't record the classes, so you had to do everything live. So I'm stressing out because the way I learn is on repetition. So I'm one of these nerdy girls that will go back and watch a course or watch a class just so that it gets into my field and I can really, really ingest the information. So I'm here worried about taking notes. And this woman is saying, you need to be present. You need to be present. How can I possibly be present when I'm trying to take notes because you're not providing me a recording? No recording, no this. And then it happened again for another program that was 21,000 where they say they're going to do these things and they don't. I only did the low ticket, right? So mean what you say and say what you mean, even if it's something as simple as I'm going to send you a link.
Yeah.
Okay. And if they don't follow through, and you see them at $27, you may want to think about whether you want to spend $32,000, no matter how good of a salesperson they are, or how big of a name, because these were name people.
Oh yeah, I did a couple of those.
I did my very, very first business coaching program, $45,000. It was a 1 year program,
Oh,
1 year program, and he changed the program halfway through. So I'm talking about integrity. Say what you mean and mean what you say on every single level.
yeah. So what I have found, and I got something weird in my mouth. What I have found is the only people that make money off of those things are the ones that are trying to sell you something. If they promise you, because I see these speaking programs go through all the time, get on big stages, get on podcasts, get on. So let me pull back the curtain here, folks. You do not get paid to be on podcasts. You do not get paid to be on radio shows. You do not get paid. Terrie and I do not get paid for what we're doing. We don't have a big sponsorship. We don't have ads that run during our thing.
We're open to it though. Just heads up, Buttercup.
Open to it though. But when I was doing a lot of radio shows and podcasts, and I mean, I was putting on Facebook, 3, 4 times a week that I was doing radio shows. And I had a dear old friend of mine. He's like, oh my God, you must be making bank. And I went, what? From what? And he goes, oh, you're doing all these radio shows. And I said, do you think that guests on radio shows get paid? And he looks at me and he goes, well, why wouldn't they? And I said, why would they? A drive time radio show in LA doesn't pay the doofus that called in for, okay, so just let's pull that back right there. So the majority of things like that, you do not get paid for. And I had a client that I was coaching and she said, I want to start getting on podcasts. And I said, okay, listen to podcasts, go through podcast registry, contact them. She goes, no, I paid $3,000 to a woman who's going to promise to get me on 10 podcasts. And I went, but those aren't going to pay you. And she goes, what? She had no idea. So who made all the money was this woman who promised to get her on podcasts and never really got her on any. Terrie and I get contacted all the time for guests to be on our podcast. And these are like big PR people contacting us to get their guest, on a show. And we've not done that yet. The only guest we've had was Mark because we knew him. I knew him. So here, let me pull back the curtain on something else. There's something called ClickFunnels. I am not a fan of ClickFunnels. I do not use ClickFunnels on my sites. People bug me for years about doing ClickFunnels. To me, it doesn't feel good. So that's what they do. Here's your free white paper. Here's your free list of things. Here's your free this. Oh, hey, now that you've done my free thing, you entered the funnel and it drips to you. That's why it's called a funnel. And it's all automated. There's triggers that go through this ClickFunnel, and then you'll start to get 3 emails about, hey, don't you want this $20 program, like Terrie just said? Then there's their mid-range thing. Oh, then we can do this $100 program. Then our really key program is this $15,000 1 year. It's a funnel, people. It's a sales tool. The job is to get you in the funnel to take your money. Now, I'm not saying that some of these people aren't providing good things, but the sole purpose is to get your money. That's what these things are for. And I don't like it.
Well, so I do use funnels. I'm going to be devil's advocate here just because I actually do use it. And it's not, for me personally, it's not the actual funnel, because then you have the energy called visibility. If people don't know you have a product
100%.
Or people, then they can't buy you. And if you're genuinely here to help somebody and they don't know you're there, they can't receive your help. So there is a level of sales and marketing that does need to be exposed, give exposure of your services, your gifts, and how you can share. And when you're in integrity, that's the way sales and marketing should be used, right? Like when you speak, people see you, they get to know you, they like you, and then they trust you. And that's in marketing and sales, is the know, like, and trust factor, right? So when they see you speak, they're like, there's Kathy, I trust her. I can go in and now I feel good and comfortable giving her my money because so far she has not showed me otherwise, right? I do a lot of sales and marketing, and I'm a woo-woo spiritual person, so I understand both aspects of it. And you need to, if you're going to be in business, you have to have some sort of visibility. So I don't have a problem with the funnels. Yes, They are trying to get your money, but they're also, if they're a legit, see, the thing is what
Yep.
is the intention behind the person,
Yep.
not the funnel. The funnel is just, it just operates on its own, right? Now, you as a consumer have to have the discernment to go, am I
Yes.
being bullshitted or not? Right. And you're not going to know that right away. I just literally recently in the last month, and I am intuitive, I liked what these people had to say. I actually did learn a lot. So it's not like I didn't get anything out of it, but I'm the kind of person where if you make a promise to me, you
Hmm.
have to keep the promise, or if you're completely unable to, you have to give me a reason
Yep.
why you couldn't, not just be like, oh, well. And
No, that does not work for me either.
to me, that's the integrity part. I don't, the sales and the marketing part, like with my transformation program, I have to get on a call with people and learn what their problems are. And I
Yep.
have to sell them on my program based on like the results that I've made and the people I've helped and all that. So again, there's like different levels of truth when it comes to this, but you have to give it time, watch a coach, watch their stuff, talk to people who might have taken courses. I started to look at reviews, my mistake, afterwards. And what I
Mm,
saw was exactly what I experienced. Lack of follow through. Didn't
mm.
keep promises. Now, thankfully, I was not one of the people that spent $32,000 like I did years ago, $45,000, and halfway through the program completely changed. Like integrity is a really big deal because there are karmic repercussions
Yep.
because of the law of cause and effect.
Yep. I
Most people are going to get it. Like
Sure.
it'll go around and it'll come around. But why not, if you understand, it's the golden rule. Like do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Like,
Absolutely. Well, and to that point, now I know a lot of people with ClickFunnels, and I understand it's a way to market and it's a way to bring people into your programs. You give them something little, you prove to them that
yeah.
it's worth it and you have integrity, and then you move forward. I have seen a lot of people with ClickFunnels that they don't even do the thing they do anymore. They're no longer a coach, they're no longer a psychic,
Mhm.
they're a ClickFunnel manager. And
Mhm.
their
Yeah.
their now new job is to just pull people into this marketing and the sales thing where everything's automated and everything is just spit out to you. Then you're no longer the thing you said you were. You're now a ClickFunnel manager.
Mhm.
And it becomes, the phone call is, oh, it's an investment. It's not an investment. It's a freaking fee. It's a cost. And I hate that. And I don't know that you do that or not, but it's like this wording shift to make things seem less what it is. And that shit drives me crazy. It's like, call it what it is. It's a fee to do your program. Is it an investment in myself? Yeah, but that phrase has turned it into this. Oh, let me woo it enough that, you're not doing this. We're on a sales call. It's not a discovery call. It's a sales call. It's like you're trying to sell me something. Now, when I get on with a prospective coaching client, my job is to find out if I can even help them.
I can help them. Right. So that is an integrity issue
Yep.
right there where you're like, can I help them? Not what they can do for me, right? And that's the way I also
Yep.
perceive my calls too when I'm working with a potential client as well. And that's the thing is like you and I are here to serve and be of service. The capacity and how we do it almost doesn't matter to the
Yep.
point that we're here to be of service and to help people. So the alignment that we have is different. And I just think that people need to, if they need the help, first of all, no shame in the game. There are great coaches out there. Kathy and I could totally help you all the things. But don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to realize you're part of this party too. You have a variable in this. You have also a responsibility on some level too, because if you're going to invest your time, energy, tears, money,
Money.
you want to make sure that you feel good and confident enough with the person on the other side to go, I don't understand what you're saying, or I don't agree with what you're saying. Can you talk this out with me?
Yep. And as
Coaching, like even as you go along, because
Yep.
people are different.
And as soon as here's my sort of magnifying glass to this. If the person I'm talking to, if I'm interested in a program or something like that, if they take everybody, if it's a high ticket item and it's a hard sales pitch, and I remember so clearly somebody saying to me, "Oh, must be nice not to need to make an extra 10,000 a month."
Wait, so that's gaslighting.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's a big fuck you.
You're offering me something that isn't going to do that anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's
when
icky.
yeah, that is very icky. So when it's something like that, the only person that is going to make money from this is that person. These real estate people, I remember this real estate team showed up in Santa Barbara years ago, and they're like, "We're going to teach you how to flip houses." And my husband and I at the time were like, "What the hell?" We had just bought our first condo. It's like, let's see what this guy says. And the first thing he says is, look around your neighborhood and buy distressed properties. You can get them really cheap. And I raised my hand. I said, "Do you know you're in Santa Barbara?"
Show me a distressed property in
I
Santa
said,
Barbara.
"A distressed property is $1.5 million. A tear down is 900. We're not in the middle of Kansas where you can buy a tear down for $20,000 and redo it." And the guy just kind of looked at me, and everyone looked at me like, "What a jerk." And it's like, do you know where you are? The only person that made money from this is the people that hoped for their lottery ticket at the end of this seminar that bought this guy's $10,000 program, where he was going to show you how to do this. And my ex and I went, screw that. We can't do that here. So you have to, if it's a high pressure sell, when I end a coaching call, I say, I'm $140 an hour. If you buy 6 at once, it's $800. It's a little bit off. I said, the next step is I send you a very elaborate intake form. Some people get halfway through the intake form and say, this is not for me, and they don't call me back, which is a shame because you're going to learn more from the intake form than you've already learned. And to me, it's like, if this doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Do I need to pay the rent? Yes. And I only will work with people that I know I'm in alignment with. I have fired coaching clients. I've fired massage clients. I have said no to people on the phone where I go, I just don't think this is going to be a good fit for me. So if the person or the organization takes anybody, has a high pressure sale, and promises you, never again will you have belly fat, never again will you be broke, never again then you've got to, we all have these hopes and dreams, and it's a shame that people will prey on those things that we need in our life and we want in our life. And that's how these programs work. If you have a legit ethical click funnel, great. If you're talking to someone who's promising you tens of thousands of dollars, and it's like, you just have to use as my dad would say, just use your head.
Well, exactly. You have to. You have to. That's what discernment is about. It's like, it's so important. As empaths, they can get us really good because they know, like, a good, I don't want to say a good salesperson.
Less than ethical salesperson.
No, because there are some, because in there's duality, right?
Sure.
We live in duality. So there's good and there's bad. It's a lot of it is the intention behind it. And that's why I'm talking about the integrity of this, because there are really great salespeople out there who definitely want to help.
Yes.
And there are great salespeople out there who don't want to help. And they know how to read people's behaviors.
Yep.
And they know how to manipulate the energy of what's happening, especially if you deal with an empath, who's oftentimes unaware of the fact that they might be people pleasing. So they're trying to, they'll say yes because they don't want to let the salesperson down. And it might be like a subconscious kind of thing.
Yep. What are they going to think? I don't want to disappoint somebody. My friend did it. I should. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're going to throw things out at you, like, well, I guess you're not interested in making $10,000 a month. And then the person's like, but I could really be making the money. So that's why I say, look at them, watch them for a while. I have had many clients, because I've been doing this for a while, like the coaching and the mentoring and the deep work since about 2019. It's 2016 now, right?
No, it's 2026.
Time traveling, sorry. But I've been doing like the professional psychic mediumship since 2014, right? So people watch me. they see me. Am I consistent?
Yep.
The know, like, and trust factor, right? Which is like what you get automatically and the authority by speaking on stage, right? You get that automatically. And when someone can see that over and over and over, and it's consistent, and she talks the same way, and she says the same things, and she behaves the same way, then they can be like, okay, I'm going to fork over $10,000, $32,000, whatever, because they say what they mean and they mean what they say. That's it. Like, that's it. It's consistency over time, which equals trust.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to anybody, especially when you are awakening to your own powers and gifts and to things bigger and more than just you, watch, learn, ask questions, get reviews, talk
Yeah.
to people, which is something I did not do. So I take full accountability for that. But I also literally I have like 32 pages of notes. 12 of those pages say my decision is no. My decision is no, because I knew like they were getting me. I was like, God, all these things, like I could do it. And I literally wrote, my decision is no. Because when you make a decision, even no is a decision.
Oh, yeah.
The decision, and so is no. So I made up my mind when the sale came, and I was like, no, 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 no. Right? Because I started to see over a period of 3 days, like this person is really out of integrity.
Yeah. High pressure, promises, time limit. Oh, we only have 3 spots left. Okay, well, then I'll get it next time around. You have to do it by today. There's these sales tactics, which if you're true, not to say that you wouldn't say that if, I'm about to do a Divine Feminine workshop here in Santa Barbara, there will be a cutoff of when you can sign up. It's probably going to be a one-time thing. This is not going to be an ongoing thing for me. So if you miss this one, you miss this one. It's also only $65. I'm not asking for $6,000 to do a 2-hour workshop, so at any rate, all right. So this is great. So just make sure you're in alignment, make sure you're in integrity. If you're doing this kind of sales and you're listening to this, you probably didn't even get this far, but shame on you. So like, be ethical, people.
Yeah, just please just say what you mean and mean what you say. It's that simple. And if you can't follow through, give a reason.
Yeah. Or notice, or
notice, just be kind. This is a great lesson in kindness. Other people exist. It's not just about you.
What? We'll talk about that later. I'm an only child. Okay. I am Kathy Groover. I can be reached at kathygroover.coach.
And I'm Terrie Huberman. You can find me at terriehuberman.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the Intentional Awakening podcast, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.